It's a weekly show about rAVe with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary.
Hey everyone, this is Gary K. We're coming to you live on day 2 of the ISE 2023 show in Barcelona. And as you can see, I'm flanked by the Sharp NEC booth on one side of me and the Sony booth on the other side of me. And I'm going to have my cameraman flip the camera around. Samsung's right there. Crestron's to the left of Samsung. You have Harman to the left of them. Look at that, AMX and Crestron right next to each other like the good old days. So we're here at the world's largest AV show. ISE is a little bit different. And by the way, this is rAVe TV. This is the TV show that normally comes on live at noon every day on the East Coast of North America, on raypubs.com, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and on Twitter. But today, or every day during ISE, we're going to have a live broadcast, and this is our second day live broadcast of rAVe TV. We're going to start with the news of new stuff that I've seen on the show floor, and then we're going to move into interviewing a couple of people as part of rAVe TV, and then we're going to go to a live show floor tour of this hall. Steph's going to walk this hall and give you a show floor tour. First off, I want to show you what I was coming into the show this morning. I just grabbed a quick selfie of the entrance just to kind of give you an idea what the show looks like. Barcelona is a beautiful convention center. Lot fewer columns than you normally have in a big convention center. It's 200,000 square meters, so it's one of the largest convention centers in the world, and it's beautiful. They're putting on a great event. Second, the food is incredible here. Compared to most places we have trade shows, and even here in the trade show venue, the food is actually really good. So we're impressed there as well. And I want to talk about a few products that I saw over the last 24 hours I think that you need to know about that were all new, launched here at the show here at ISE on the first day of the show. The first is, and I'm showing you a picture of it here on the screen as I'm talking about it, is the Epson Short Throw. This is the Epson Short Throw, brand new projector. You can see it's a speaker bar kind of format, and it does from 6 inches away, it'll do a 120-inch image. If it's right up against the wall, it'll do an 80-inch image, and it's 4KE, so it's their 4KE technology, so I handle 4K signals. It's higher resolution natively than 1080. It looks amazing. It's perfect for classrooms, mobile carts, push a projector around on a mobile cart, boardrooms, things like that. It's going to definitely be a hit when you look at the form factor of this and the cost. Next, I want to show you what Christy introduced yesterday and today at ISE. Hey, this is Gary K. I'm doing one of my behind-the-scenes live streams here at ISE in Barcelona, and I'm actually on a virtual set. So you're actually looking at me on a virtual set. Hey everyone, this is Gary K. We're coming to you live on day 2 of the ISE 2023 show in Barcelona. And as you can see, I'm flanked by the Sharp NEC booth on one side of me and the Sony booth on the other side of me. And I'm going to have my cameraman flip the camera around. Samsung's right there. Crestron's to the left of Samsung. You have Harman to the left of them. Look at that, AMX and Crestron right next to each other like the good old days. So we're here at the world's largest AV show. ISE is a little bit different. And by the way, this is rAVe TV. This is the TV show that normally comes on live at noon every day on the East Coast of North America, on raypubs.com, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and on Twitter. But today, or every day during ISE, we're going to have a live broadcast, and this is our second day live broadcast of rAVe TV. We're going to start with the news of new stuff that I've seen on the show floor, and then we're going to move into interviewing a couple of people as part of rAVe TV, and then we're going to go to a live show floor tour of this hall. Steph's going to walk this hall and give you a show floor tour. First off, I want to show you what I was coming into the show this morning. I just grabbed a quick selfie of the entrance just to kind of give you an idea what the show looks like. Barcelona is a beautiful convention center. Lot fewer columns than you normally have in a big convention center. It's 200,000 square meters, so it's one of the largest convention centers in the world, and it's beautiful. They're putting on a great event. Second, the food is incredible here. Compared to most places we have trade shows, and even here in the trade show venue, the food is actually really good. So we're impressed there as well. And I want to talk about a few products that I saw over the last 24 hours that I think that you need to know about that were all new, launched here at the show here at ISE on the first day of the show. The first is, and I'm showing you a picture of it here on the screen as I'm talking about it, is the Epson Short Throw. This is the Epson Short Throw, brand new projector. You can see it's a speaker bar kind of format, and it does from 6 inches away, it'll do a 120-inch image. If it's right up against the wall, it'll do an 80-inch image, and it's 4KE, so it's their 4KE technology, so I handle 4K signals. It's higher resolution natively than 1080. It looks amazing. It's perfect for classrooms, mobile carts, push a projector around on a mobile cart, boardrooms, things like that. It's going to definitely be a hit when you look at the form factor of this and the cost. Next, I want to show you what Christie introduced yesterday and today at ISE. First thing you're looking at here is the new 1mm microtile LED. And now I'm going to show you a little video I shot of the 0.75 millimeter microtiles from Christie. Microtiles have been around for almost 20 years now. It started as a projector and moved into the LCD format. The LED format with the microtiles LED product a few years ago. And now they've got it down to 0.75 millimeters. Now we're talking about the resolution of direct view LCD. So this is going to change. This is interesting. It's getting really interesting there. Next thing I want to show you on the screen here is one of the coolest booths I've seen on the show floor is LG's. They did a phenomenal job with their booth. And you can see they've surrounded the entire outside of the booth, as I shot here with this video, with transparent OLED. Transparent OLED. So those aren't windows, those are transparent OLED displays. And now I want to tell you a quick story. Look at this giant LED from LG called the Magnet. Yesterday, a soccer player, or what they call football player here in Europe, came into the show and bought it out of the booth. Can't tell you how much it cost, but it's in the millions. This thing is incredible. It's just gigantic. And native 8K resolution. And then finally, we're here at the Sony booth. Sony introduced, as you can see, new crystal LEDs, improvements to the B and C series with the new BH series and CH series of the crystal LEDs. And they're highlighting their Bravia displays, but they have one of the coolest VR set or XR sets here. And I want you to go to my LinkedIn so you can check out what I shot earlier today that explains how XR technology works. Sony's display of XR in their booth is the best I've ever seen. It's a very small set, but it does a really good job illustrating how this all works in one little small area, including lighting, the control of lighting and the power that lighting has in a set environment. While we're talking about Sony, why don't I bring out a familiar face to all of you who are Sony fans out there, Rich Ventura. Rich, come on over to rAVe TV. How you doing, Rich?
I'm doing great. How are you, Gary?
Good. We're both from the States. We had to travel over here. Are you as tired as me?
I'm better than I was. It was a little rough this weekend, and Monday was really rough.
Yeah, I'm exhausted today, so I'm impressed that you're doing well. But tell me about how's the reception been for the new BH and CH series?
Oh, it's been amazing. So we're showing the BH series, worked our line array audio solution, showing a full solution, audio and video together. It's been fantastic. And we didn't know how it was going to be. There's so much traffic going on, but the audio was perfect.
Yeah. It's grabbing their attention. And by the way, people are walking in front of us, all around us. We can't help it. The floor is packed. There's nowhere to go. We can't just cordon off an area and tell people we're not going to let them walk there, so you're going to have to just deal with it. What's been the product that's drawn the most attention in your booth? Has it been the CLED?
Well, obviously it's the front booth. It's the front of the booth, right? But then as soon as they come in, they see the virtual production studio set up. Because Sony, we've got the whole thing from camera, workflows. You go down the whole lineup. We're the only ones who can do that, right? And that's pulling people in. Or they're coming from the back and they're seeing our brand new SRG cameras, the A40 and A12 with the built-in AI and the auto framing. They're getting pulled in every direction, so it's been awesome to watch.
Yeah, you introduced new AI-based PTZ cameras. Yeah. What's the advantage of that over a traditional PTZ camera that has auto tracking built into it?
So the great thing is the way we do it, right? It has very smooth flow when it looks at that tracking, so it's following you. if you squat down, it's going down and taking your full body, not the top of your head.
Yeah.
If you're moving back, it's actually zooming in towards you. You move forward, it zooms out. It is designed to really keep the speaker fully in the frame, not just a part of them. And like I said, that smoothness, you're not seeing the jumpiness. Someone runs across the room, someone goes in front of you, it doesn't interfere with it. So it is a game changer in the industry.
You know, this isn't the first AI product Sony's had. You've got about 8 different divisions building AI. Everything from consumer, Xbox-oriented stuff, all the way through the professional stuff that you have here. And obviously the Edge analytics platform that you had a lot of AI in it. Is it the heritage from that, or was this a new kind of AI that you did, or is it all connected?
It's all connected. I mean, don't forget we also have an electric car. Remember we introduced that at CES, right? And there's AI in there as well. No, so Edge, amazing solution. This just expands and adds even more availability and more opportunity with our product.
Well, congratulations on everything. I appreciate you joining me on rAVe TV today. And go enjoy the rest of the day and the show. And I got a chance to do a booth tour today of the Sony booth. I did a complete booth tour with European, the Rich Ventura of Europe. Damien took me through a complete tour of the booth, and so you can watch that by going to ravepubs.com/ISE, type in Sony in the video search window, and you can watch that booth tour. And we also did separate product videos on everything that they're showing here. So thanks for joining me, Rich. Appreciate it, man. Have a good day.
Yep, see you.
All right, so I'm going to bring on another guest here who, you know, obviously design consultants have had a long history of impacting not just the systems that are installed, but the products that are designed for those systems. And one of those is Steve Rushton, and I asked him to join me from Mix Consultancy. Steve, how are you doing?
Yeah, very good, thank you, very good. Excited to be here. It's,
Good to be here. So tell me, first off, where is Mix Consultancy, and how do we find you online?
So mixconsultancy.com, we're doing migration for large businesses, enterprise, government work. We set standards for people. Yeah, it's,
Do you do work all over EMEA?
yeah, all over email, yeah.
And so, how long have you been in the industry, by the way?
20 years.
Okay, so you remember the days when we used to have to spend 6 hours to set up projectors, right?
Oh, so much fun, so much fun.
Does this not just blow you away when you walk around a show like this to see how far we've come in such a short period of time?
Absolutely fantastic, isn't it? I just love, the where the industry's got to, the excitement bring, the sort of magic that AV can bring to the world, really. So yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions about what you've seen on the show floor, but first I want to talk to you about the consulting business, because the world has changed. 20 years ago when you got in the industry, consulting was for the really high-end clients where they were buying, like they were signing on for you to build manage an entire university campus. But now you have ongoing relationships with clients that are just calling you and asking your advice in technology and product design. Tell me how it's sort of transformed and where we are today with consultants. What percentage of the products or the systems that are installed are touched by consultants, and sort of where's your sweet spot?
Consulting's moved on. We used to have the large systems, you say. Nowadays, there's technologies everywhere. If you think about the AV IT industry, and in a building, maybe 30% of the electricity is used by AV and IT. We're starting to see every single little room has got to have some kind of huddle space. But the larger spaces, it's all going hybrid as a pandemic. The consultation phase is really, really important, just to get the basics right with the architects before we even start, and thinking about some of my projects are running years ahead. How do we make sure the building is there in the Cat A phase, the Cat B phase?
Well, that's a good question. It brings up a question. Are we doing better at getting in earlier in the process? I remember 15 years ago, I had a bunch of relationships with consultants, at least in Europe and Asia, that would say that one of the problems we're having is we're getting in too late, and we're trying to get the architects to bring us in before the building starts getting built rather than as the building's being built. How are we doing?
Absolutely, it's improving. There's always room for improvement, but the large projects, they get it. The medium projects, small projects, they're starting to get it too. We're coming in at rAVe 2 in the UK architectural stages, and that's really, really important. Get the building right.
What is the typical life cycle of say a facility you're working with, or a room that series of rooms that you've designed? Are we upgrading them every 2 years, 3 years, 5 years? Like, what are you suggesting as sort of a life cycle?
That's a really interesting question. I mean, when you're looking at sort of Microsoft Team rooms, that kind of technology, they're moving on every few years, aren't they, really? But you're looking at someone like a Cisco when they're saying we'll support the system for 5-7 years. So, what's your buying point? Are we looking, how we're looking to communicate, define some of that. But definitely that kind of life cycle is really, really important. Let's not just look at this project, but 3 years, 5-year refresh cycles.
And it seems to me that like with display technologies, you're going to have a quicker refresh because you go, like just in the last 5 years, we've gone from lamp to laser, from 2K to 4K, and now we have LED that is competitive to any technology we have out there. So I would suspect that display is probably got a shorter life cycle. People are upgrading quicker.
Perhaps. I mean, when you're looking at sort of meeting room technologies, a 4K display might well last that bit longer, but LED, you're obviously looking at 50,000 hours or something. What I'm quite interested in at the moment today, the green push in ISE has been really, really big. So starting to look at those life cycles. How long can a piece of equipment be supported for? How long can the manufacturer support it for? How can we look at the proactive monitoring? How can we, looking at, you may have seen the Philips e-ink come out today. Now, that's really exciting to me. The fact you can have something using no power. It's got a long life cycle and be supported by a manufacturer. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's using e-paper. It's the color e-paper display. Yeah, and is it Tableau? Is that what it is?
Tableau. So it has, the ink. It can have static displays using no power, but it can also run video if and when you require it. So
yeah, and it's 60,000 colors, so it doesn't look bad. It's a heck of a lot better than the early LCD panels that we had back in the day. Okay, you already named one. Give me another product that really impressed you on the show floor.
Loving Sony speaker array there. It's very, very clear and punching even through these large crowds. It's so clear. It's really good. Yeah.
It's interesting. A speaker array, something that I wouldn't have thought about, but audio is so important in an environment. People often overlook it.
To me, audio is more important than the visual. If the visual is there and it's slightly not on par, then you can get away with it. But audio, if you can't hear what's going on, then you've lost the communication that you want.
Good point. You can always have a meeting with audio, but you can't. But you can always have a meeting with video, but you can't if you don't have audio, right? I mean, audio's got to work. All right, Steve. Thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate it. Congratulations. I want you to check them out at mixconsultancy.com for those of you here in EMEA. What about US? Y'all do any work in North America?
We do a little, yeah.
A little bit, yeah, but primarily EMEA based. Check them out, mixconsultancy.com. Oh, one last question. Do you get called in by manufacturers to give your input on how to build better products?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. We work under NDA with a number of manufacturers. It's really important for them to get some feedback of how it's going to be used in the real world and our perspective of how we might be specifying that. And also important for us, if I'm working on a project years ahead, how do I plan in the M&E requirements, getting the data? If you're going to multi-camera setups, if you're going to the arrays on the ceiling, or maybe, we got to plan that in.
That's good. I'm glad that they're listening to you because your insight, looking at the whole market, not just the category they're in, is critical. All right, so Steph is now on the other side of the show floor. I'm going to send this off to Steph so that she can do a show floor tour for you so you get an idea why all these people are walking right in front of our camera and all around us, because the show's just really busy. This is going to definitely be a record-setting show of recent years. They'll probably beat their 2019 record. The 2019 attendance numbers. So thanks for watching. You can see all of our rAVe TV broadcasts at ravepubs.com. Just click on the TV link. All of our ISE coverage is at ravepubs.com/ISE. Steph, take it away.
Hey everyone, thank you Gary. Steph Beckett here for a show floor tour on day 2 of ISE 2023 here in Barcelona. We are here in Hall 3, and this is kind of the multi-tech hall. It's got a lot of displays, a lot of audio. It's kind of just a pro AV hall. So right beside me right now is LG's booth, and this is what was under the curtain the other day that we couldn't even see. This is a 272-inch micro LED. It is 8K. As you can see by the people around who are taking so many pictures of it, it is absolutely gorgeous. I'm sure that this camera cannot even do it justice. It is so beautiful in real life. It is gorgeous. Hi, Emily. Welcome to rAVe TV. I'm doing a show floor tour of Hall 3. What do you think of the LG magnet?
It's impressive.
Yes, this is what was under the curtain yesterday.
I know.
And yeah, it is beautiful. Words are not doing it justice. That is a really beautiful display. And we are going to continue down, and we're just going to walk and see a little more of the display companies. Emily, thanks for joining us on this leg of the tour.
I'm glad I could make a CMU.
See you later.
Bye.
All right. Keep up with me, people. We're just going to zoom around. Okay. So, projection. We also have a lot of projection over in this section. Virtual production studios. We have talked about how that is a really big trend in Pro AV right now because of broadcast, because of all the TV shows that are using it, because you can use them in corporate settings during meetings. And that's what Epson is showing in its virtual production studio right here, powered by all Epson projectors. Can't quite get in there right now. Maybe we'll see if we can sneak in really quick. Here we go. Oh, and look, Gary K is in there too. Hey, Gary. So as you can see, Gary and Dalton are standing in the virtual production studio. Gary, I'm doing a show floor tour.
This is actually, we're showing a museum, immersive museum exhibit here, like the Van Gogh. Like, come in here and check it out. It's awesome. I'm actually shooting behind the scenes my live. It's funny. We're living because
live-living.
this is rAVe TV live,
Yes.
but they're behind the scenes with Gary K is live too. So this is double live.
It's Inception.
It is Inception. Inside live, inside
Yes.
live. Look at this. This is just both of y'all should shoot this because this is like the Van Gogh exhibit. How they do it with projection. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 projectors. Short throws on the walls, regular lenses on the for the floor. So yeah. So how's your tour going?
Pretty good. I don't even know how I'm going to make it.
I just finished the episode.
Very cool.
And all of a sudden I run into you here. So that's weird. I was doing.
It's
TV,
crazy.
I went to the floor to you and I ran into you.
You know, all right. Yeah. Get away from me. Bye. Okay. So in terms of other projection options out there, Panasonic Connect is showing its version of this as well. And I'm going to assume, I'm pretty sure all of its version of this on the walls are short throw as well and regular throw for the floor as well. But yeah, they're kind of showing how this can be used in a more artistic setting, which is interesting, and a more of a museum application. So it's just kind of showing how this can be used. Virtual production, museums, pretty much everyone is trying to get creative with projection right now in all different formats and all different application types. So I find it interesting that they went more artistic at ISE this year. Epson is also showing a little bit of projection mapping right here on this lizard. Very Barcelona. And you can see the lizard is actually cut out and the projection is made to fit right on top of it. So it's very seamless. I had to look at it for a long time before I could tell that the lizard was actually its own shape. So very cool. Continuing on. We have Lang AG over to my left that's also known for its beautiful displays. This is the Venus to my left. It is curved. And I think they showed this last year as well. And I believe there is a long display over here that I want to say is touch or gesture sensitive, but we're going to see. This is the Jupiter. Yeah, it's a little. So, just wanted to show how that worked. And then over here, of course, we have Samsung. Samsung is really talking about sustainability at its stand this year and about how much of the inside of its displays is made by recycled or parts that have been made from different things. A few different companies here at ISE are really making steps towards sustainability, so I think that is really cool and another interesting focus. I didn't see this at InfoComm or last year's ISE, so it seems to definitely be a 2023 trend. Take you guys over here. People can book Samsung booth tours on the Samsung kiosks over here, which is a really cool touch. So we're just going to continue over here. As you can see, they really are focusing on how much of their products are made with recycled materials. We're going to show you it's SMPS right now with regular normal materials, and then here it is with all of the materials that it's recycled from the different things that it's used. So it's very interesting and like a cool concept. And you're going to see a little bit of a recycled theme on Sharp NEC's stand as well. So let's head over there next. Let's walk over here. So we're just going to pop over here. Sharp NEC stand this year. These panels on the ground, excuse me, as well as these columns are made with completely recyclable material. Just because trade shows, at the end of the day, they're pretty wasteful. So these are all made to be recycled, and the carpets are made to be reused. So I think this is a very cool design concept. As you can see, this is a really busy stand. So we're going to pop over here really quick. Excuse me. Let's just pop over here. I want to show you guys Sharp NEC's control room solution really quick. It is so cool. We're just going to come over here. Excuse me. So here we have Sharp NEC's control room solution. I'm going to come around and step up on it really quick. This is kind of the main attraction here at the stand, and this is a multi-sync EA271U. I'm going to have Emily zoom in on that so you guys can check it out. This is direct view LED. USB Type-C connection. This is kind of made for a government, corporate, any type of solution center where you would need kind of a control room where you have your setup right here, but you need a really big display to be able to see lots of minuscule details, graphs, weather maps, things like that. So this is absolutely beautiful in person. Yeah, we're going to continue on. Okay, we're going to check out Sony really quick. Sony is showcasing its crystal LED. This is the BH series right over here. As always, beautifully done. Sony always has lovely displays on their stand. We're going to get a little closer. So we're just going to pop in over here. So absolutely beautiful. Sony also has a broadcast studio in its stand this year, so we're going to come over here and check that out. So we're going to check out Sony's broadcast studio. So this is virtual production made with its crystal LED display in the back. As you can see, you can barely even see the bezel on it. So it looks so good. I'm assuming if you are a news anchor or anyone who needs a really good background on your production, it looks great. So well done to Sony. We're going to continue on. We're going to go check out Barco next. Continuing on this side is Barco's ClickShare, which is a BYOM solution. Right now they're showcasing a meeting in which everyone's kind of divided on their own chunk of the screen, regardless of where they are joining the meeting from. I'm going to continue on this way. Excuse me. So that's kind of Barco's UCC corner. We're going to go over to the projection corner right here. So I wanted to look at the Rigiflex because it took me a long time to figure out that this was a rear projection screen. So as you can see, this is curved, so this is not an easy surface to project on, but we're going to come into this little window over here so you can see what they're doing. So this is the UDX 4K 40, so you can take a look at that projector and how it is showing on that curved surface. It's very cool. Continuing over here, I wanted to take you guys to Peerless before I say goodbye. So we are going to, come along this way. Just trekking along here. We have Optoma to my right, showcasing its projectors as well. So we are going to go this way. As you can see, the show floor is pretty busy. I've been trying not to run into people. We are trekking along this way. Liard to my right, showcasing its displays. And we have made it to Peerless. Peerless is showcasing its kiosks and its mobile trolleys over on that side. We have more on the digital signage side over here. So here we have a menu board that they're showcasing front and center. We're going to pop back here and take a look at the Peerless Seamless over here. This is showcasing a few different solutions. This one is more custom so that you can see how it's done. I think this is done with Absen panels, and you can see how they have created I wanted to say they called it bespoke, which is a completely curved, very custom solution right here. On the other one, this one's made to be a little more mobile for a solution where maybe you don't want the display to live in the same place the entire time. So this is made to be very mobile. You can move it and do whatever you might need. And this is the kitted solution over here. As you can see, there is a mysterious curtain in the corner of this room, and this is because what is behind this curtain has not been released to the public yet. I have seen it. It's very cool. It is it's going to be awesome. They are releasing it in March. I am not allowed to say anything else. I've been sworn to secrecy, but just get ready for a new Peerless AV solution in March. And I believe that's all the time I have for this show floor tour. So this has been another episode of rAVe TV. Of course, keep a lookout for our product videos and keep a lookout for all of our other ISE coverage. And you can go to ravepubs.com/ISE. I'm Steph Beckett, and we'll see you on the next episode of rAVe TV tomorrow. Bye.
It's the weekly show about Pro AV with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary.